So we're down here today at Legacy Innovations just outside of York, Pennsylvania. Now, Legacy might not be a household name with a lot of our viewers, but they absolutely should be. These guys build some of the coolest custom cars you're ever going to see. Troy is the owner here and invited us down today to take a look at the 68 Fastback. Now tell us a little bit about this car. I know you guys didn't do the whole build on this one. You kind of took it to the next level for the owner.
Yeah, this was a car that belongs to a lady from Chicago, and it was being built at another shop. She got some indications that it wasn't going exactly how she had hoped, so she asked if we would get involved. So we did a little bit of rework going backwards and tidying stuff up, ended up stripping the car and redoing all the body and paint, doing a hood swap, and just kind of making it a little bit more unique, a little updated compared to what it was going to be.
Now tell us about this hood. Now this is something obviously that I've never seen. I've seen similar designs, but nothing quite like this. I know you guys make a lot of your own custom parts.
This hood we did not make. This is a Ring Brothers hood that they offer for sale. We just made the inserts. It's a nice full carbon fiber hood. Again, it does the job. It fit the bill for this specific car.
What are those inserts made out of?
These are Delrin, so they're machined to look like billet. It's just a lot more lightweight, cost-effective way out to build it.
And now you do everything in-house, or you build that?
We do, yes, we build them in-house.
Body, there's not a single thing you guys don't do in-house.
Yep, that's right.
And I know you told me you guys want to put some bigger wheels on the car. I mean, obviously they're beautiful forged line wheels, but what was the process of getting these wheels on the car, and what size are they?
The front is 18 by 9, the rear is a 19 by 10. All we had to do to get that on is put a little bit shorter hub so we didn't have interference with the upper ball joint.
Okay.
In order to get that wide of a wheel on this car.
And what kind of suspension's on this? Obviously, it's not an original style suspension.
That's right. This is switched to a coilover on there. Again, make a little bit more room, get a big wide tire on there, clear up room for the ball joint to get a 9-inch wheel on the front. And with doing a coilover, we're going to get the performance out of it that we need.
And they're original fenders. They weren't wide and modified in any way?
That's right.
All right, so tell us about the engine. I mean, with the paint on this thing and the suspension, I kind of expected like a Coyote or something crazy under the hood. I mean, it's beautiful, but what's going on under here?
So it's a Boss 302 that was purchased as a crate motor. It was something that came with the package when we got it, and we just updated it a little bit, kind of blackened everything out. The Coyote stuff is definitely where most people are going, but she was looking for something a little bit more mild. It does have EFI on it, so it'll be completely streetable. But
now, what was her goal with this car? I mean, what was she trying to do? I mean, initially, and then obviously when she brought it to you, what is she trying to, is she building, does she want a show car? Does she want a street car? What's she trying to do with this?
She had one in her past and wanted, one of those memories to come back, wanted something nice.
Okay.
So we weren't given a lot of rules other than use the pieces that we were given and build her something nice.
All right, now you guys obviously did some stuff under the hood, reconfigured some other pieces, but I know the biggest thing you guys did was the paint and body. And I know on a classic Mustang, it's not easy to get it to this level. I mean, talk about this paint job a little bit.
Yes, so that's something that we are known for is pretty high-end body and paint. And you're right, these cars are definitely difficult as far as getting door gaps. Yeah. Yeah, the way the doors swing are odd. There's lots of shapes and cutbacks, and that's what people pay for. That's why people bring stuff here, is to get flush finish, nice door gaps, and nice panel match.
Now, in a car like this, a paint job of this level, I mean, how many hours can you have into something like this to get these gaps right and to get these bodies? I mean, this thing is laser straight. It was never close to this nice from the factory.
Yeah, that's right. A lot of people have a misconception that it looks like a new car. If this looked like a new car, people would be super disappointed.
You did it wrong.
With it.
Yeah. Sure.
So typically in a car like this, after metal work, which is where a lot of the panel alignment and gaps are cut, we'll be anywhere between 300 and 1,000 hours to get it into final primer.
Just to get it right before you even paint it.
That's right.
Wow. The time is worth it for sure. I mean, like I said, I hope the cameras can pick it up. This thing is gorgeous in person. Now, Troy, in a car like this, I mean, obviously, again, this is one you took and kind of took it to the next level, but how much customer involvement is in a build? Are they telling you what exactly they want, or are they kind of trusting your vision?
They're all a little bit different. Typically, stuff ends up here because they know what the end result is going to be. So a lot of the time, we'll take their opinions and their ideas and the vision that they have and elaborate on it or kind of refine it to make sure that it all makes sense and it's a cohesive build.
So they're not necessarily picking out that hood, those wheels, that tire. They're kind of trusting you to, based on your reputation, to build them something they're going to be happy with and they're done.
For the most part, they'll give us a big picture idea of what they want to do, what kind of goals they have with the car. Maybe they fell in love with the hood, maybe they love a wheel, and we'll incorporate that in the build. So typically those are the design aspects that we pull from to help us get a vision of what they're thinking.
Now, you said with this car, initially, she wanted it black. So where did the color come from?
So black is black is black. You can't go wrong with a black car. But she's from Chicago. She wants to drive the car. She's asked me several times throughout the build, will she get touch-up paint with it? So that's something you never want to hear. You know, we laugh and joke with her. but and not that this is easier to touch up, but it is a little bit more forgiving as far as maintenance and care.
Now, I know you guys do, obviously, this is a small build for what you guys do. You do a lot of full custom builds. I was here, I don't know, 3-4 years ago. You guys were working on a Camaro for the Riddler Award. How's that car coming?
It's going good. Yeah, we do stuff. This is, like you said, considered kind of a small build. We do everything from small installs and LS swaps. This is a medium, short-term build. We do stuff all the way from the ground up. The Camaro you're talking about is still here. We do have pretty high goals for that, so we can show it to you guys, but we can't let you film it.
So we can see it, but they can't see it.
That's right.
Yeah, I am told the Riddler has some pretty serious rules as far as what can and can't be shown. So we're going to check that out. We're going to show you some other cool stuff they have here in the shop. So the shop's mostly full of like badass American muscle cars, yet Legacy started with a Civic. Tell us about this car here.
Yep, that's right. This is a 2001 Civic. It's a K-swap car that we built back in 2005 and debuted it partially finished in 2007. So it's back now to get buttoned up, updated a little bit, and get it on the road.
Now, what made you build a Civic? Is it because it was the whole Fast and Furious craze back then?
Yeah, man, it was Fast and the Furious days. It's a full tube chassis, turbo, K-swap. Everything inside is gutted race car style. He was willing to spend the money, and this is what we had to do. So
now you guys have a first-class shop here you work out of now, but this was built where?
This was built in Mom and Dad's garage, so that's where we
started. Quit your job and just decided to build cars for a living.
Yep.
Very cool. All right, Troy, so I know the process of building these cars is huge. There's a lot to it. Do you mind taking us through the basically different rooms you have here and explain what's happening in each one of them?
Sure. Yeah, the way that we break things down is try and keep each part of the process segregated, mostly for cleanliness. So the room that we're in here now is mechanical, finishing room. We do upholstery work, final assembly stuff, and all of the mechanical test fitting and assembly in here. So something like this is a 2016 C7R that we just finished. The guy bought this car as a C7R. The factory cars that were built don't look and quite have the pizzazz that he was looking for, so we put all the pieces together, made it look a little bit more like a race car, did a bigger blower on it, and make it so it works a little bit better. So this is our metal shop. This is where most of our big projects start. This is where all the rust repair, chassis fabrication, metal fab stuff happens. This is where I always tell people this is where we build the car. So we get projects at every stage in all kinds of conditions. This is a 71 Challenger that will be turned into a full-blown road race car. And in a couple years, this will look just like some of the other projects that you saw.
So we're back here in the body shop, and there's a lot of cars back here we can't show you because they have contracts for different shows to be debuted. One of the cool things back here, though, is this hood. Now tell us about this. This was for a 2015 Mustang you guys built right when these cars came out.
Yeah, this was a car that we got. The guy wanted something unique, so we built a GTLM looking hood. It's all carbon fiber. We've made about half a dozen of them, and we built it specifically for a car that we call the GTH50. So
like you said, a lot of the cars we can't look at, but this vet is pretty crazy. Tell us about this here.
This is a real 63 split window Corvette. When we got it, it had been hacked up, mutilated. It was what was called a Mako Shark car, so it had an addition on the front and the back. We undid some of that and modernized it a little bit. Then we bought the 7th ever C7 Corvette off the assembly line, chopped it up, used all the suspension, and stuffed it in here.
So the whole chassis underpinnings of this is C7.
All the suspension components, transaxle, engine, are all out of the C7, and then we built a chassis to adapt it to the physical limitations that the C3 has.
So the body wasn't modified at all for the chassis. You built it to fit the original body lines.
Yep, we built it to fit a modified body, so the front is stretched about 3/4 of an inch wider, and the rear is about 2 inches on each side.
So every time I come down here, I'm amazed at the cool stuff you guys do. Hey, thanks again, man, for having us down. We appreciate it. If you guys want to see more, check out LegacyInnovations.com.